Have you or someone you know been struggling with paranoia, hallucinations, extreme anxiety, obsessive thoughts after having COVID? What if I told you this isn't just a mental health issue, but the result of viral activity, neurotoxins, and toxic heavy metals that are affecting your brain? Let's break it down in a really simple way. Hi, I'm Carrie Bailey, your functional nutritionist. If you're new here, welcome. This is my channel where we talk about all things long COVID and natural solutions for complete recovery. How does this long COVID psychosis actually happen? Well, your brain is like a light bulb. It runs on a clean electrical signal. But after COVID, your light bulb gets overloaded with toxic junk, making it flicker and short circuit and go on dim. And here's why. First of all, you've got this viral overload. The brain starts getting confused. There's some viruses like Epstein-Barr and shingles and other pathogens at play here. These pathogens wake up after COVID and start releasing poisonous waste. And this is inflaming your brain and your nerves. This inflames your brain tissues and messes up normal brain signaling, leading to anxiety, paranoia, brain fog, and extreme emotions. The other thing you've got going on is toxic heavy metals that are short-circuiting your brain. You've got mercury and aluminum and copper that have been building up in your brain for your entire life, from drinking tap water or air pollution or old fillings. And these metals act like a fuel for the virus, making the brain even more inflamed. And the brain struggles to send signals, causing hallucinations, mood swings, and obsessive thoughts. Then you've got the factor of your liver being overloaded, meaning that the toxins are able to get from your body into your brain. So the liver is supposed to filter out all the toxic junk. But unfortunately, when the liver gets sluggish and stagnant from years of stress and poor diet, and too many toxins, it starts dumping these toxins back into the bloodstream. And the result is that the brain gets flooded with poisons, leading to psychotic symptoms, intrusive thoughts, and extreme highs and lows. The other thing you've got going on here is you've got this brain electrical signal is starting to get messed up. Your brain runs on tiny electrical signals like Wi-Fi for your thoughts. And these viral poisons and heavy metals can interfere in making the signals go haywire. And the result might be that you feel super anxious, obsessive, paranoid, or spaced out, or foggy. Let's talk about how those 5 factors affect different parts of your brain. So the first is your emotional center. This is your amygdala. This is your limbic system. And the problem here is that this part of your brain controls emotions and fear. And so what happens is the viral toxins make it go into panic mode. And the symptoms might be paranoia, fear, emotional outbursts, and anxiety attacks. Then you've got the prefrontal cortex. This is the logic thinking part of your brain. And this is the part of your brain that's involved in decision making and a reality checker. And what happens is that heavy metals and toxins block clear thinking. And this can lead to delusions, irrational fears, and trouble focusing and making impulsive choices. Lastly, you have the compulsion and obsession center, your basal ganglia. This is in the very center of your brain near your amygdala. And the problem is, in this area, controls your habits and your thoughts. And what happens in the environment of viruses and toxins is that the viral activity traps the brain into loops. And this is creating like OCD-like behavior, repetitive thoughts, and intrusive fears. Obviously, these symptoms don't happen to everybody in long COVID. So why are some people experiencing psychosis in long COVID? Well, first of all, you've got this glutamate overload. Glutamate is a stimulating neurotransmitter, and when there's too much of it, the brain goes on overdrive. This causes racing thoughts, paranoia, and extreme anxiety. Then you also have your dopamine. This is your feel-good neurotransmitter, this drive, the motivation. of dopamine, and it's causing surges and crashes in dopamine, creating this emotional roller coaster. And that can lead to hallucinations, mania, and mood swings. And lastly, we have your feel-good neurotransmitters, your calming neurotransmitters. These are your serotonin and GABA, and these become deficient in that environment when you have too many toxins and too many pathogens. This means that your brain doesn't have any brakes because these neurotransmitters act like brakes. So therefore, if your brain doesn't have brakes, this triggers mood instability, obsessive thoughts, and sleep issues. And how many people do we hear struggle with sleep issues with long COVID? If you're struggling with long COVID symptoms, neurological issues, psychotic-like symptoms, check out my long COVID recovery guide for step-by-step approach to detoxing, healing your brain, and restoring balance. I put a link in the description below, so check it out. Let's jump into how to detox and heal the brain naturally. We can do this with foods, believe it or not. There are 5 powerhouse foods that are essential for healing psychosis and removing neurotoxins and repairing brain tissue and restoring your neurotransmitters to a balanced state. First is wild blueberries. So these aren't just your regular blueberries. These are wild blueberries. These are found in the freezer section of most grocery stores here in the US and in Canada. Now, these wild blueberries repair and rebuild your neurons that have been damaged by neurotoxins, heavy metals, and viral byproducts. They have very powerful antioxidants, more antioxidants than your regular blueberries. That's why I'm pretty specific about choosing wild blueberries. They're high in resveratrol, and they help reduce inflammation in the brain. And they improve cognitive function, emotional stability, and they reduce paranoia. Spirulina is one of my favorite sea vegetables. Spirulina is a blue-green algae. It acts as a neuroprotective shield. It pulls out mercury, aluminum, and other toxic heavy metals that interfere with your neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which are crucial for mood, balance, and preventing hallucinations and delusions. Barley grass juice powder, very specifically barley grass juice powder, not barley grass powder. Barley grass juice powder works hand in hand with spirulina to draw out deep-seated metals from the brain tissue. It alkalizes the body. Most of our body, from too much adrenaline, is very acidic, and so this nutrient helps alkalize the body and helps reduce inflammation that's contributing to anxiety, intrusive thoughts, and manic symptoms. And then my next favorite sea vegetable, Atlantic dulse, is a powerful heavy metal binder. It prevents dislodged mercury and copper from reabsorbing. So that's why these guys all work together as a team, because you need some nutrients that pull it out and some that bind to it and absorb it. This is key for stabilizing the nervous system and calming erratic thoughts and impulsive behaviors. Now, I did do a video recently about binders you want to avoid, so check that out here. Let's jump on to the last nutrient, which is cilantro. This is considered a leafy green, but very specifically, it pulls out heavy metals from deep brain tissue and flushes them through the detox pathways. Cilantro can also calm overactive nerve signals and reduce racing thoughts, OCD-like behavior, and anxiety-driven psychosis symptoms. Together, these 5 foods restore the electrical balance in your brain, they detoxify neurotransmitters, and they repair the neurological damage, making them essential for healing from psychosis, paranoia, and other neurological symptoms naturally. Let's jump into a few key supplements. If you followed me for a while, you're familiar with these. But to balance your brain chemicals, you want to bring in lemon balm. Lemon balm in the form of tea or alcohol-free tincture is very calming for the nervous system, as well as magnesium, specifically magnesium glycinate. Magnesium threonate is another good one that can cross the blood-brain barrier. And these magnesiums calm the nervous system and reduce paranoia. Then we've also got B12 and zinc, which help repair damaged brain cells and reduce the viral load. Now, it's important not just that we support the brain, but we support the liver, because the liver isn't detoxifying well. So some of those nutrients already mentioned are going to support the liver. They're sort of my global healers that I talk about all the time. But in order to support the liver, to help detoxify the brain, you're going to want to bring in aloe vera juice and cucumber juice. These help clear out toxins so they don't reach the brain. They work as electrolytes, and they also flush toxins out of the body. And then lastly are your leafy greens and apples. Keep the liver clean and reduce mental symptoms. So if you or someone you love is struggling with anxiety, paranoia, or obsessive thoughts after having COVID, remember, it's not just a mental illness. It's your brain reacting to hidden viruses, hidden toxins, and heavy metals. And healing is possible. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more content to help you heal and take control of your health. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and let me know in the comments, have you experienced these symptoms? Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.